Are you a virgin also?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you waiting until marriage?
I don't want to have intercourse ever.
Ever?
No.
Wait, are you trolling or
I'm
for real?
serious.
You never want to have intercourse?
No, it doesn't interest me.
So you're a Christian, you're Catholic.
Yes.
Okay, I noticed you had a Christian cross emoji in your Instagram
Oh, yeah.
bio. You're kind of right.
Yeah.
But you would date women.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not a Catholic. Can you tell me from a Catholic perspective, is that allowed?
Yeah.
Date women?
Love is love, right?
Doesn't it go against Christianity to be in a same relationship?
I'm not really sure about that.
If it was, what would go first for you? What would be superseding? What the Bible tells you, what God tells you, what the Catholic faith tells you, or your own human mortal desires?
It depends, on the situation.
I also noticed on your Instagram, you got cheeks out on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, here are my cheeks type pictures.
Yeah. Well, that was at a concert, so it's allowed.
Wait, it's allowed at a concert?
Yes.
You can wear anything?
Whatever, the artist wears.
So 1 Timothy 2:9, women adorn themselves in modest apparel. So, bit conflicting?
Yeah.
Just stop talking. Quit talking. Nobody wants to hear all that. I mean, in real time, you tie them up in so many loops, in so many ways and directions that you've gone with it, that there's no way that they can get away with it any longer. They just have to, at some point in time, because their minds can't process the foolishness that fast. Now, some of these women are really good at BS, so they can go with you. I mean, tit for tat. I'm just going the whole way. I'm on so much BS that I know how to respond to anything. But this woman hasn't reached there. And maybe that's a good thing, because maybe you should stop while you're behind. No pun intended.
You guys, so I'm 5'3", right? So I never really cared about dating someone that was a short king. I obviously wanted them to be taller than me, but if he was 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", I wasn't oh my god, it's over. If he was super cute and we got along, yeah, run it. Now hold on. Now hold on. The last guy that I was hanging out with, even though he played in my face, he was 6'3". That is the tallest tallest I ever had. Now, hold on, because now I get it. I mean, that man, I'm not even gonna hype him up because he turned out to be the worst, but let's just say, with one arm, floop, over the shoulder. Yup, a whole foot taller than me. Yup. I was I'm so small and you're so big. I get it now. When they're oh, I want someone that's tall. I'm still down with 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". That's fine. 6'3"? Woohoo! Sign me up.
All right. You guys kind of have this common thread of I want a guy who treats me well, doesn't be mean to the waiter, nice to homeless people, blah, blah, blah. This kind of guy, right? Mm-hmm. In our friend group, the guys that are the nicest, most genuine, morally sound guys have by far the hardest time with girls. And when I used to be, when I grew up super Catholic religious parents, I used to be super nice and polite and blah, blah, blah. Couldn't get girls for the life of me. And then finally I was F this shit. I'm just going to do boy shit. And then got way more girls. But then girls are always no, I want the nice guy. I'm no, you don't. What do you mean?
I'd say maybe also look at the, no shaming, but the type of girls it pulls as well. Because they could also be girls. Because there are, girls, just as there are boys.
None of y'all would date any of these guys.
I think, okay, so from my perspective, because I've thought about that too, because I've seen that happen, the good guys who approach me, I'm just I'm not into you. And I don't have a reason not to be, I just don't feel anything.
As a 37-year-old who was single for the past 6.5 years, living with a man has changed my perspective on everything. It's 3 p.m. on Monday, Martin Luther King Day. We're bed rotting. I'm bed rotting. You know what he's doing? He's building in the garage. At lunch 45 minutes ago, he's already asking me what I want for dinner. I don't know. I probably won't think about food again until tomorrow. The idea of washing his face is splashing cold water on it. He doesn't own face wash. His toiletries bag consists of 3 items: a toothbrush, toothpaste, and hair gel. I've never met somebody as regular as him. He gets up and immediately poops every single morning without fail. Doesn't matter where we are, doesn't matter what he's eaten, doesn't matter if he's had coffee yet or not. It's just up. He goes. You ask me where the same item is 3 to 4 times a day. Where are the scissors, Eve? I don't know, the exact same place they were 2 hours ago when you asked me where they were. The fairy hasn't like gone off and moved them. They're still there. He will not go to bed or get in bed before bedtime, which for him means it has to be at least 10:30. I'm in bed at 8. I don't know what you're doing up or why we're staying up. And he'll go, well, it's not time yet. You know what? My body doesn't go to sleep based on a certain time. My body goes to sleep because I want to get in bed.
Okay, these are girls my boyfriend shouldn't know.
Okay.
All right, let's see if you pass the test, Dan.
Oh my god.
Wow, who's that?
I know who she is.
Who?
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, how do you know her?
What do you mean she's an actress? I feel like that's like...
Oh, she's an actress?
Yeah.
Then what movies is she in? Yeah, that's what I thought. Next.
She does movies.
All right, who's that? Oh, you know this one too?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's Madison Beer.
Oh, what does Madison Beer do?
She sings.
Oh, she sings.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all? Okay, cool.
Yeah, she's a singer.
Okay, who's that?
That's young Megan Fox.
Young Megan Fox. Oh, with the specifics. Okay.
Oh, no,
So you know her too?
Yeah, she's an actress.
Well, you shouldn't know her, Dan. Okay, who's that? Who's that, Dan?
That's Tate McRae.
What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
I didn't know Tate McRae was hilarious. Is she a comedian?
No.
Oh, what is she?
She's a singer.
Oh, she's a singer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, so you know all of them.
No.
You failed. You failed miserably, Dan.
But this is hard.
So the content creator Dee 1987, I think it's Dee Dane, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna put her name in the caption if you're on TikTok. But she had 5 things that women lie about, but they swear that they don't like. And each one that she said, especially the first one, I was like, damn, she ain't lying. The first one was women don't really care about cheating unless the cheating happens to them. Because most women have been the side chick. And even if the man is single, most women don't really care that he's talking to other women. It's like, well, you ain't in no relationship. It's fair game. Hell, my black ass that said it. No shade. I'm just being honest. Now, yes, it's a difference if he's in a full-blown relationship or married, then yeah. But hell, even then, a lot of women do not care. Hell, look at the content creator D'Angelo. People know he has a girlfriend. I believe her name is Ashley. And this woman still in the comments don't give a f. And if you don't know who D'Angelo is, the guy who the Out of Hand program on TikTok, him. They don't care that he's in a relationship. The second one that she mentioned was deadbeat dads. Most women do not care about a man being a deadbeat dad that they find attractive and they want to be with. Because if a guy has a baby mama and it's his weekend or week or summer with that child, that means that you will not really have that much attention and time with that man because he's spending it with his child. Unless they have a kid together or they in the same household, even if the child isn't from that man, as long as her kids are being well attended to, that's all that matters. But somebody else, especially when they don't like the baby mama, oh, child, please, you think she gonna sit here and say, when the last time you seen such and such? Even if the baby mama is stupid, she's not gonna go out of her way and say, oh, well, you should work things out and see if you can, have a third part. Ain't none of that happening. Some women, yes, but most, hell no. Especially when she don't have kids herself. She don't give a damn because she doesn't understand about having that or really care about the father-daughter or father-son dynamic. Number 3, she has spoken on male attention. Absolutely. And like she said, it's only a problem when it's from men that you don't find attractive. Women are not wearing risque outfits, even if it's not, but it's where it's like your back or a low deep cut in the front, a side boob, or just fitted. They're not doing it just for themselves. And they damn sure ain't doing it for other women to look at. Yeah, they'll take the compliment, but they'll rather have the compliment of a man that they find attractive more than anybody else. Now, it's way more than the 5 that she gave, because she also talked about how women really want to be married and the mistreatment. Those are true, but the 3 that I named really stuck out to me the most because a lot of women will try, especially in the comments, will lie through their teeth that that's not true when it is.
And you said it. They're lying through their teeth. They're lying through their teeth. I'm watching you. I know what you want. I know. I've been knowing what you wanted. I just been watching you. You said, nah, I ain't looking for a man like that. Nah, I don't want a man like that. Come on, man. Don't do that. Not to me. I've been watching you. They tell that lie to their friends. They tell that lie to their guy friends. And their guy friends is like, man, come on, it's me now. It's your homeboy. I've been knowing you. You out here crying on my shoulder at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep. I'm laid up in the bed with my girl. You calling me, do you have a moment? No, not really. I'm late. What you need? Is this an emergency? Because I'm late. I'm hugged up on mine. What's up? Well, my boyfriend he just did me wrong. You talking about the guy I told you to leave alone like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Oh. Well, things changed. We had a talk and we come to an understanding. What kind of understanding? If it was a good understanding, you wouldn't be talking to me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So what understanding are you talking about? Because again, I'm laid up next to mine. So what's up? What do you need? Can this not wait until tomorrow? I just need a shoulder to cry on. I am with my girl right now. Can you not call one of your girlfriends? Are they not with somebody? Everybody's sleeping. They got to go to work and I just don't want to bother them. But you want to bother me, the man. I just want to know what men are thinking. I told you what men were thinking 2 weeks ago. Specifically him. I told you what he was thinking 2 weeks ago and you did not listen to me. And now you sit up here crying. Because y'all be doing whatever you want to do, how you want to do it, regardless of what people be telling you. And Dana didn't tell us. Now India then got on here and told us. What else do you want? That's what these women doing. That's how they moving. Even if they wear something, I'm telling you, they wearing it. They'll take the compliment from women. If nobody else, hype me up. So I don't get anything else. I got somebody to hype me up. I got my girls, right? But then it's gonna move to, well, I need some male validation. So even the man that I don't like, you need to come up and talk to me. And then the ultimate prize would be the man that I actually like coming up and saying, you are, whew. I mean, I don't know if there's any other word to describe. I don't want to use stunning because that seems too simple. Drop dead gorgeous. I don't know if I can use that with you. I mean, you way more than that. I mean, before I get to, you're playing the game. Before I get your number, I just gotta, admire you for a little bit. I'm starstruck. I'm in awe. All right, I'll just stop it. Well, I'm just saying now, pleased to meet you. My name is Tim. What's your name? Oh, my name is Marie. Oh, nice to meet you, Marie. Nice to meet you. So what brings you out tonight? And then you have a little conversation. That's what she's wanting. That would be a little meet cute to her. Right? So, a lot of these modern women, they be capping. They capping, they're not telling the truth. Men already see what you want, and the women just confirming it. Those little high-waisted shorts, oh.
Just take your breath away. Out of mind, there's not much to say. Sometimes the silence guides your mind to move to a place so far away.
Something that men keep saying in the comments of my body count video is that they don't want a woman with a high body count because they don't want to be compared to like all the men before. But the reality is that the girl that's been with like a bunch of men is probably not gonna sit down and compare you to them like in detail, but you know who will? The girl who's had like a long-term boyfriend and only been with one person, she is going to compare you to him every waking moment. Every waking moment. So if you're actually scared of being compared to another man because you're afraid he's going to be better than you, like, trust me, the girl that has had a long-term relationship with one person is going to compare you to that one person much more than a girl that has been with like 10 guys and she doesn't put any thought into them because they literally meant nothing to her.
One of the most dumb-ass rhetorics I hear from dudes when it comes to dating is how many of them think that women use them for free meals when it comes to dates.
I can't wait to see the look on someone's face when they realize that, yes, there are women out there that do that.
Do y'all genuinely think we are on some poverty line that, like, I can't pay for dinner?
No, it's not that at all. It just happens to be the case that there are some women out there that tend to act like leeches.
What makes you think I need a free dinner from you?
I don't think they want to hear the reason why a lot of men don't want to take certain types of women out on dates. They're just not ready for it.
It's just like, it's so obviously a cop-out. Like, that's not the reason. That's not the reason you don't want to take women out on dates. It's because you're broke and don't have the facilities to take women on dates, and that's a different story, but don't try and blame it on us.
So some guys don't want to take certain women out on dates. So naturally, that's the guy's fault? Are they really thinking this through? I don't think so.
Like, nobody needs your bum-ass free meal, man. Just admit you can't afford it and go. Maybe you're projecting that because you want the free meal.
I don't often quote Shakespeare. However, I feel that this is an opportune moment. Methinks she doth protest too much.
It's just such a slap in the face that you guys think we can't afford this dinner and we need you to pay for it.
Or, most guys don't want to waste their money on a woman who's obviously just going to be a waste of his time.
Well, we know that you can afford it. That's the thing. We're aware of what you guys do. You guys like to get online and tell us what you do, and you like what you're involved in. You go to Pilates, you go to yoga, and you do both at the same time. Then you go to the gym and you get your workout there. You guys are supermodels. You're superhuman. We know all this stuff about you, but yet and still, what you do, and this is why you're called a gold digger, is you say, "Well, I'm not going to spend any of my money on you. I'm going to take all your money from you. I don't want to spend anything or give you anything, but I want you to give me everything. I want all of your gold." Once again, well, you don't have any gold. You know, you really don't need a lot of gold to make some money. It's so precious and it's so valuable that you just need a little bit of it, to be honest. Pure gold, real gold, it's just like a diamond. You don't really need a lot of diamonds to make some money. Like, you might not make, something that you can live off for the rest of your life, but you might make enough to pay some rent or pay a bill. It's not really broke. That's a significant amount of money. Like, if I find a small piece of gold or something like that, and I take it in and I get $500 for it, who's going to be mad? You think I'm going to be mad because I found $500? Somebody gave me $500. Even if somebody were to give me $50, oh man, shoot, thank you so much. I can take my family out with $50. Somebody give me $100, $150. Am I going to be upset about that? Heck no, I'm not. I'm going to take it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be glad. Thank you, and I'm going to be appreciative. Thank you so much. So when you go out to eat, thank you for this nice evening. I had a great time. I went to the steakhouse and he paid for a $500 meal. That's money that I did not have to spend. That's money I can take and go put on a vacation for me and the girls. That's money I can take and pay my car note, pay my light bill, my insurance, put towards my rent, whatever it is. That's money I can use that for. That's what men are saying. You're using my resources, and then you're keeping your resources to yourself. And somehow you think that that's okay.
Fathers produce a hormone in great quantities called vasopressin. Vasopressin is the protective aggressive hormone. And what does it do? It helps fathers to protect their family. There was a study that was done where mothers and fathers lay in bed and the baby cries, and the fathers sleep through the baby's distress cries, but the mothers wake up right away. Okay, but with the rustling of leaves outside the window, the mothers sleep through it and the fathers wake up right away, because the fathers are attuned to predatorial threat. So our nurturing hormones make us different.
I'm 30 years old. Here's why most men won't date me. Well, I think you just told us why, but let's see. I wake up naturally before 6 a.m. No, that's not the reason. I work up 7 days a week. No. I have way too many hobbies. No. I don't watch TV. No. I expect direct it. No. Inconsistency gives me. No. If someone hurts or disrespects me, I quietly put no. I'm a lover girl to a foot. No. I have a zero tolerance policy for hot and cold. No. I don't entertain cat and mouse games. No. If you spend a lot of time with me, I will convince you that you're capable of everything you've ever dreamed of. How could that be a no? I read you like a book. No. I'm in a different country at least once per quarter. Okay, there we go. Now you're saying the truth. Yeah, that's a massive red flag. I am expensive. Oh, so you're a gold digger. You saved the last two for the actual reason that most men don't want to entertain a 30-year-old expensive woman. Oh, it's because I have a lot of hobbies. No, it's because you're a gold digging.
I want married women to listen to me very closely because I'm saying this with all the love in my heart. When I was a teenager, barely a teenager, I slept with a lot of married men that were way over age. And I firstly want to say that not one of them said no. Their only concern was, you're not going to tell anybody, right? And these were affluent men. These were church-going men. These were men with great jobs. And these were men with great wives. I didn't know any better at the time. And I'm not ashamed of it because, like I said, I was a child and there was reasons I was doing this and I didn't know better. But I do want to say that these men, they had no idea of using protection. They didn't suggest it, they didn't offer it or anything like that. They theoretically, I theoretically could have gotten pregnant by them. I didn't, thank goodness. But husbands are not, almost all husbands are not faithful. And then men will say, well, you should pick better men or whatever. Don't you think these women that are married to these men thought that they picked good men? Don't you think they married them because they thought they were good men? It's always the men that say not all men are always the ones you don't want to trust, because somebody doesn't need to tell you who they are. They don't need to advertise themselves. When men say not all men, it's a defense mechanism because they don't know what to say when a woman is being brutally honest, because men know who men are. This is why they wouldn't want to leave their daughter in a room with a bunch of grown men. They know what will likely occur. They know who men are. Their ego can't handle if a woman tells them that. Okay? So it's the only thing they can come back with is, well, not all men, because they have nothing else to say. But when a man tells you he's the different one or whatever, it's never the truth, almost never. And I'm not saying all men are cheating or whatever, but I will say in my particular case, all men were willing to sleep with an underage girl. All men eagerly took the opportunity, okay? All of them. And I think this is very apparent what men desire. You can look at when newly turned 18-year-olds or 19-year-olds join OnlyFans, they make millions in one day because that's what most men desire. When men are in groups with their friends, they're all looking at the teenage girls. All of them. I'm not saying all men are going to go for it, but they're certainly at least thinking about it. There's, of course, a spectrum of the risks they will take and stuff like that and how far they will go. But they're all looking at these girls. And also I want to say all married men are only as faithful as their options. Okay? If a man hasn't cheated yet, in most cases, it's because the safest option to where it won't ruin his comfortable life hasn't come along. It's basically just about the right opportunities. So no, they're not like running around rampant usually, but it's just all about the opportunity. Dating apps have made this much easier for men to access women that they ordinarily wouldn't be able to access from the comfort of their own home while they're sitting there on the couch next to you or whatever, or you're busy with the kids and stuff like that, okay? So that's one issue. That's why the STD rates are through the roof. When they are cheating on you, they're almost never using protection. I promise you they're not, okay? And I just think it's hard to describe, but I'm just angry for women because they deserve more. I've never gotten married because I'm terrified of the things that I've seen before I was even 18 years old. I've seen the realities of most marriages, and most don't really sit outside of this reality. There are exceptions, there are good marriages, and there are good men. I've known some, but it's few and far between. Most women are not married to good men. Most women are married to men because that's who was available. That's who took them. That's who listened to the words that he said to her, that's who he was able to con or play into marrying him, because marriage for men is, it boosts them up in society. Okay, and they know this. It gets them more respect. It's somebody to raise their kids, and it's securing a vagina in the house. That's pretty much number one for a lot of cases, okay? I just want women to get more and have more, okay? But women are fed the fairy tale, and they're delivered a nightmare, whether they even realize it or not. And it's so heartbreaking. Like, seeing other people's marriages is what traumatized me from marriage, okay? Because it's just the fact if your husband has a job and he's working around women, he's at least having an emotional affair at the very least. And most of these men are just making, like, a lot of men are just making average money. He doesn't even have the money to give most of these wives who are for the most part, very good to them. Because I know not all women are good and not all men are bad. But most of these wives, I would say, are good. And they're just, doing everything for this husband, doing everything for the kids. And he's, taking every opportunity he can get to get attention outside the household and stuff like that for usually a very average income. He can't even provide her with a nice lifestyle, and he's cheating on her. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful. It's terrifying. I'm terrified to get married because not only because of the cheating, but because of the STD rates, and because these men are not using protection, and because most of the people on the dating websites, most of the men are married. It's a mess out there, and women are just being totally ripped off because, like I said, men know what to say to women. They know how to feed women the fairy tale. Men get married for logistical reasons. Women get married for the fairy tale. Men get married for their own, purposes and advantages. And women get married because they think that they met a good man and he's going to take care of her and she's going to live a beautiful life and stuff like that. But in reality, it's not really what's happening. There's men out here doing egregious things, okay? And like I said, when I did all of this, I was underage, okay? It was illegal. And but seeing that, I'm happy I did it in a way because it's gave me a clear view of the picture that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people are naive to what's really going on out into this world because they only know what's in their little box, especially if they got married really young. So just please be careful. Please be careful. If you're a married man and you're seeing this, please use protection. Please at least have the common sense and decency to use protection if you're going to cheat on your wife.
And once again, we're dealing with somebody who's shifting all of the blame to men. I was so young. How could I know? How could I have ever known? Oh, no, poor me. I didn't know. They told me this and that, and women, just be careful. Shut that stuff up. Shut that stuff up. You know good and well what you was doing. You like the attention. You like the validation. You like some of that pain. Come on now, don't do this. Don't do that. I mean, listen, man. I understand. I get it. You know what I mean? As you get older, you're like, dang, what was I doing? I was really out here in these streets. It's like that woman that she was on a podcast. I know I've seen the clip in one of my compilations before. Essentially what she was saying is she had gone to a party and she had gotten drunk and she had gone home with a man that she really fancied, and they ended up doing the do. And in the morning she got up and she felt guilty because she had slept with the guy. And so she went home. And she slept on the couch because she didn't feel right sleeping with her boyfriend at the time, right? And so she texted him and she said, hey man, I feel so bad about what I did to you, or what I did, I felt like this, and he just, basically she was trying to make herself into the victim. And this man is an idiot. This man he's stupid. What he did is he came downstairs and he was hugging her. Oh no, you're so perfect. Oh, don't worry about it. Hey, don't do that to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. But if you, I'm not saying that you have to. But if you do ever decide to do that again, like, just make sure you get documentation of it. you make sure you record it next time. Bro, stop that stupidity. Stop that nonsense. He in here doing some weird stuff. Some Diddy type stuff. Y'all go do y'all thing and record it so I can watch it. That boy's stupid. But she tried to make herself out to be the victim because she felt guilty. Right? Well, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't have any control of myself. That type of nonsense. Man, come on. Accountability, man.
Equal custody being dangerous for divorce.
There is a shift in law where families, if they divorce, that there could be equal custody.
In Kentucky, yeah. I think there's a couple other states that have unfortunately implemented that now, and they want to tout it as like this great thing to lower divorce rates. But the women know that it's not because they're staying happily married and this is suddenly something has drastically changed in their lives. It's out of pure fear that they are staying because they're terrified of the level of care that their children will receive in their absence.
Yeah.
Potentially
I grapple with this all the time professionally because I do have a lot of female clients, and very often they're reluctant to agree to a custody or access schedule where their husband or soon to be ex-husband has a lot of time with the kids. And their justification for it is, well, he never saw the kids that much. He never helped with the homework. He never did any of the heavy lifting of parenting. And my response to that is, and do you want that to continue? Because that's a recipe, by the way, for him becoming the grass on the other side of the fence that's greener when your children grow up. Because that's the thing. Kids grow up. Like, that's the thing about them, is they grow up. And like the difference between 48 and 52 might not be a big deal, but the difference between a freshman in high school and a senior in high school, it's like a different species. Like the freshman in high school is a kid, and a senior in high school like almost looks like an adult and has some adult-like characteristics mentally, but not completely, right? But like the difference between 48 and 52 is like hardly anything. Like, shut up, your back hurts a little worse. That's it.
What makes women happy? And I was thinking on the toilet, well, what makes me happy is, unfortunately, or fortunately, the traditional things. And now, had I said that to my 20-year-old self, I would be horrified because I was a good feminist and I fought my way through comedy and I did all the clubs. I'll show you, I'll be the best female comic. And I carried this anger that compelled me for 20 years, right? And then I became a mom, and I got humbled by illness. And then I was like, okay, so what makes me happy? I know what makes me happy. I can't speak for all women, but is there something to my biology, to my essence? Possibly. Do we know what makes all men happy? I don't.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I think too, it's like it was the male ideal of success that ruined women. It was this idea that in order to become equal, we had to be like you.
Yes.
That's the problem. I have to have my career exactly like Todd's. I have to be successful. It's like, this is not going to work for me. This is not going to work because I'm a mother. My body can't keep up with this pace of work. It's not good. And it makes the woman angry, resentful, bitter. And now I'm useless because if my kid can't come for a snuggle and my cat can't come, I'm the center of the home. This is the truth, and it's not pretty to say anymore, but that's what I learned.
And it's so interesting that you touched on power before, because we were talking about power, and women want to be powerful like men are powerful. Like, women are super powerful.
Just not in the same way.
Just not in the same way.
100%. But yeah, women's lives can be fantastic if you let the guys just do their own. Let them do it.
After I said I would require a deposit to take me on a date to cover my date preparation costs, I'm now working with an app developer to make this a reality. This is actually happening. We are building the app. I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you this is the best dating app you have ever seen, because there is a clear difference here where the woman can set the deposit rate and the man can pay for her date preparation costs. So as a woman, you're going to walk into the date already so happy, and that's going to lead to a better date and a better connection. And that gives the man a better chance of succeeding in courting you.
Oh no, who's gonna tell her
Fine, I will. This is not a new kind of app, okay? This is out there, and lots of websites are out there that do the same thing. It is actually one of the oldest professions. And the bottom line is that I don't care how you cover it up as some sort of new age dating app. Every man and every woman that signs up for this, they know what they're signing up for. A man is paying a woman for certain goods and services. That's what it is, bottom line. And all this is giving other reasoning, like the cost of being able to get ready and to pay for your childcare. It is all just a cover for you wanting to be compensated. I said what I said.
LA is like mostly women, city council. We have a female mayor, and we don't get anything done. And I started to really think about there's a difference between the male brain and the female brain. And the male brain wants to do stuff like go, go, go. Like if you want to know the difference between the male brain and the female brain, Karen Bass and Donald Trump got together 3 days after the fires. And Donald Trump was like, let's get going, move, clean up those lots. Let's get building. And she was like, slow it down, slow it down. She is a process person, and women are more likely to be process people. They talk, they want to talk it out, they want to work, they want to have a meeting, and they want to break off and have another meeting, and then we put together a blue ribbon panel. And so in LA, we have a homeless problem. And the homeless problem keeps getting worse every year, but we keep having more conversations and more panels and more groups, but it's mostly women, and nothing ever gets enacted. So there is a gynofascism that's sort of coming. And it was a lot of years of like, well, if we just had women in charge, we wouldn't have wars, and we wouldn't have crime, we'd have a better society. People would, no, it is not. Los Angeles is basically run by women and is run into the ground. So it's a thing. It's happening. It's going to happen, and it will up our society.
And you hear women kind of say the same thing in terms of, we have to plan, we have to do this, we have to do that. I don't know how guys do it. They just show up at their friend's house and they say, hey, bro, what's up? And they just go. I mean, we're going to the restaurant, we're going to eat, and the guys get there and they're ready to order within like 2 or 3 minutes. But we're sitting here, we're trying to figure out as women, are we going to order wine? Are we going to order some for ourselves or for the table? We're still trying to figure that out, and they're ready to go. They're already ready to order. Exactly. These guys don't really waste time. They really don't waste time on that sort of stuff. They more so like to work with their hands and sort of, if you will, fail forward, right? Trial and error. That's how a lot of things get taken care of. Now, unfortunately, I was kind of thinking about how we developed medicine in some ways, and how we just, it's not actually funny. We did trial and error on actual people. So that's not the part of it. That's good, but you get what I'm saying. Maybe that would have been great for us to plan out. Maybe we should have brought the women in on that side and planned out how we were going to test it and do all that stuff. Maybe that should have taken a long time, but even so, it's kind of hard in those situations because you have emergency situations to where you have to make a decision quick. Say, for instance, if you're in war or there's something that's spreading up somebody's arm, then you have to take it off, or you have to do something drastic right then and there. And a lot of times it hurts. It's extremely painful to the person. But I think, if I'm not correct, there's a lot of things that have been innovative for us as a society that have come as a result of war. Right? Either during or before, during or after the war, there was something that was needed and necessary. And because we were in war and we needed to figure out a different way, then we created something. And then we said, why don't we bring it to regular civilian life? Right? So even in pain for men and for the country as a whole, men have, in a lot of ways, been able to just say, okay, let's just do it. Let's just figure it out and see where we land. And that's how you get a lot of things done.
I cannot stand when a guy comes up to me and tries to tell me his feelings and open up to me. And I already know y'all finna be like, this is why men don't. I don't care. I don't care. I put tissue on and I dropped him. Because I never cared about a man crying. You guys will literally open up to you and be like, so this is what happened in my past. Baby, I actually don't care. Like, whenever a guy tells me about his past, I genuinely associate that with him wanting to be done dirty. Like, you're willingly telling me everything that, all your trauma, like I am shiesty. I'm going to use that against you. I'm going to use that in you against an argument. Don't tell me about your issue because I will use that.
It's a telling a woman how you feel is like bleeding in front of a shark. Man, I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't tell women how I really feel or deep, dark secrets. And I had one get mad at me. Like, she just started trying to be my therapist out of nowhere. Like, just start giving me stuff. Said, I got dad issues. She just started projecting. She definitely had them. She definitely had abandonment issue. Just start giving me what she got. Cause I ain't open up. It's no point. They gonna throw it in your face.
Why isn't paternity fraud illegal? It's estimated 6% of men are fathering children that are not theirs.
There should be consequences for that.
But there aren't.
Okay.
And that's my point, is you guys don't care about equality. You want freedom at the expense of men.
Okay, sure. Next.
Do you think that men should have the right to opt out of fatherhood, since women have the right to opt out of motherhood?
No.
Women want men to be in provide mode. But when we criticize, which is a form of emasculation, a man will retract from provide into protect. And if it's a direct attack, like on your character, you're just like your father. Now he's protecting himself. And that's what brings out the worst in men, when they're protecting themselves, because it overrides their compelling desire to protect others. They're the smallest version of themselves, and they're protecting themselves. And they could shut down, they could withdraw, or they could attack. And women cause men to attack, and then we think that's who men are. Women cause men to withdraw, and we think, oh, you ghosted me. All these accusations after we've caused it.
The biggest threat to American society right now is not Somalian pirates, it's not Hezbollah, it's not Hamas, and it's not China. And it's not even all of the terrorists and the drug dealers in Venezuela or the crazy people in Africa. Those people are not the real threat to America. The real threat to America is upper middle class, privileged, primarily white women that would import all of those other groups into America to make themselves feel good.
And why did you pop your balloon?
She's just not my flavor. I'm big into health and fitness, and she's not, so just respectfully.
I love all my finest, and you don't have to. I'm good.
God be with you.
Is he someone that's your type? And what's not your type?
He too bougie for me. I like a down-to-earth female, and he's too uppity for me.
Why do we have phrases like it's cheaper to keep her?
Pearl.
Answer the question.
Divorce is expensive. And by the way, on purpose to discourage people from getting divorced in the first place.
Why do we have phrases like happy wife, happy life?
Because it's true.
The future is not going to be great for feminists. You guys are going to get the equality that you're asking for. Men are not going to protect women in the streets. Men are going to stop signing up for the infrastructure jobs. The birth rate's going to keep falling, and the future is going to be bleak. What's your plan when men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society running?
If you could hold your mic.
Sorry, I'll say it again.
Can you give me an example of which jobs you're referring to?
Logging, plumbing, crab fishing, oil rig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are dominated by men. They have the physical capacity to do it. Men and women are built differently.
What's your plan when they stop?
I mean, we're going to have a problem. Are you suggesting that women should be forced to work on oil rigs and things like that?
What is your plan?
That's a
What do
ridiculous
men
question.
get out of doing those
I
jobs?
don't have a plan, Pearl, for a
Feminists
situation in
never
which
do.
men no longer do those jobs.
They never
Maybe you
do.
do it. I don't know.
What's your plan when men start walking away from marriage? What's your plan?
So, do men or women get a raw deal from marriage? Because you just said
What is your
men walking
plan-
away
what
from
is
marriage.
your
So,
plan?
is he culpable for doing that?
What is your plan when men walk away from marriage?
Is he responsible for walking away from a
changing the
marriage?
topic. What is
or
your
is
plan?
he just never guilty of
My
anything?
point is, you shit on men.
I don't shit on
And
men.
yet,
I love men.
Yet the very microphone you're using was built by men. The building was built by men. And there's no gratitude or appreciation. You just tell them they're not doing enough.
You're 30 years old, auntie. We don't care. Women at the age of 30, they're at a discount. That's time to, it's almost clearance sale season, you know? So anytime a woman starts to try to have negotiations in terms at 30, she gotta go. The negotiation powers at 30 they're just not there. She has to get with the program at 30, you know? So they are like this once they hit 30. It's all good in the early 20s, mid 20s. It starts catching up in the late 20s, but at 30, we're not here listening to auntie anymore at 30. We're not. So you got a girl right now that's even giving you a hard time. You might even be dealing with a little 20-year-old piece. She giving you a lot of time. Just let her age out. Any girl that's giving you trouble, let her age out. She's going to age out eventually. Father Time always prevails. So these girls you're dealing with are giving you a hard time. I'm telling you. Just let them age out. And if you got a 30-year-old woman giving you a hard time, come on, you tripping. You really going back and forth with a 30-year-old woman? Come on, man. I'm not explaining myself to a 30-year-old woman. Your time is up. I need 40% off at that point. That's how it is at that point at 30. Like, she's already in her ways, so I need it at a good, fair discount. Like, you're right, you're not getting a new car off the lot. Like, you have an item that's been used a lot, and it's been around the block a lot. So at that point, you're not paying the same price for that vehicle. Like, nobody wants a 2015 G-Wagon, you know? Like, you could get it, but it's just like, it's still a 2015 G-Wagon. You feel what I'm saying? So just trust me, gentlemen. These women, let them age out, because eventually they're going to be 30. Trust somebody's on it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I personally, would probably take a 2015 G-Wagon and be happy about it. What's it, 2026 or 10 years old? I would probably take one. you know, depending on the mileage, right? It depends on, if it has any mechanical problems. Like, is the AC work? Is it mechanically sound? But, I would, I would definitely consider it. So I see what you're saying though. And, this woman, she was talking about, I think it was a list of things that she said. And one of the things was, I'm super expensive and I like to travel and all that stuff. Some people like to travel, but I think when some of these ladies start talking about, well, I'm expensive. I mean, I don't understand why that's, now you're setting up a barrier. You know what I mean? Now you're setting up a blockade to get what you need, to get what you want. You can like certain things, you can have a certain taste, but essentially what you're trying to do is say, no broke men or men that think they're broke, don't come and approach me, right? And also at night, what you're doing is, kind of running with your camera. And so you're trying to stunt. You're trying to create a certain aesthetic. Like, look at me, I'm fit, I'm in shape, I'm 30 years old, you can't handle me, that sort of stuff. And with that type of attitude, I know you probably think that you're coming off as oh, I'm the cream of the crop and I'm confident and there's going to be a man that likes this sort of thing. But really, you're just coming off to a lot of dudes as a jerk, right? There's going to be a lot of women out there that take care of themselves. They be on the track. You never know they're on the track running. You never know they're in the gym working out because they never post it. They don't do it for views. They do it to take care of themselves, right? So that's really one of the reasons that a man is not paying attention to you. That's really one of the reasons that a man is not talking to you and he won't date you, because he knows that you're probably already going to be an issue because you can't get out of your own way.
Men are actually shocked when they get caught cheating, how upset their wife is, because they're like, it had nothing to do with her. Like, I love her, like she's still beautiful. Then why were you sleeping with another person? They're like, well, because they're like really attractive and they were there. Women very often cheat and it's like either a soft place to land, this is gonna be where I'm gonna go next, or it's like a way that they show themselves, oh yeah, this relationship's really over. I very rarely in a 25-year career, I've met so many men that leave the wife for the mistress because they're convinced that they met their soulmate. And I've had a lot of guys who cheat and are just like, oh yeah, like it didn't mean anything to me. Women, like it usually is, this is what I had to do to figure out that this is over. And like, and the experience of having this affair is what showed me that's how severed I am from this person that I was capable of cheating on. And men are, in my experience, much more unforgiving of infidelity. Like when a wife gets caught cheating, the chances of the guy ever taking her back is very limited.